Today I'm at the lumber store, got my supplies, making my own lumber frame, and I'm getting it cut. They cut it here for you, which is amazing. Now that these have dried, I have to nail in the finishing nails. Apparently there are normal nails and then there are finishing nails. The finishing nails have a very small head so that you don't see them. And I have to actually turn it around because I have to nail it from this side. Unfortunately, okay. There's a lot of physical labor to this thing. But so happy and proud of myself for doing this. All right, now. I finally have a clean place to sit because this is just a disaster. Okay. Can you believe it? These are very sturdy, if I do say so myself. I just made one boo-boo here. It went in sideways, and I tried to fix it as much as possible, but it has nails all the way around. I finally think I know what I'm going to do with this piece here. I forgot what it's called already, but I folded it in half, and I'm just going to cut it in half. And luckily I had my wire cutters. Well, it doesn't have to be a perfect cut because nothing in life is perfect. And I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please help me? Help me, help me, help me. Help me. Oh, in my next life, I'm coming back as a singer. All right, ta-da! So, what I am thinking I may do with this. Thinking and execution, like I always say, it's not always the same thing. Wanting something, wishing something. Because you sometimes don't get what you want. And it's sometimes for the best. So what I'd like to do is bending it this way. I think I should be wearing gloves because it's very sharp at the ends. It's almost like a fan here. And I forgot what the name is. I wish I knew the name of this piece because I am loving it. I'm going to need more. They use this for drywalling to hold the plaster. I think I have an idea of the direction I'm going with this piece. Or, all else fails, a skirt. So stay tuned and we'll discover together. Nope. Not working at all. When all else fails, titanium white. what happened here, while I was painting this canvas black, splashes of paint got on here. And so I literally just ran my paintbrush over the splotches and then just got carried away. So this is what we have. But 4 in the morning, I had an inspiration because Kimchi woke me up, of course, because she wanted to go out and pee. Luckily, my kids are potty trained. And what I decided to do was take this sheet. And originally, I was just going to make one huge wing, but that endeavor never happened, manifested, because I thought, it's just not going to work. Maybe for another project. But what I decided to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is cut out pieces from that large sheet into a shape, sort of forming a feather. And then I pressed together the bottom. I should be wearing gloves because my fingers are taking a beating. Oh, really? I just finished a piece using broken glass, my wine glasses, and I cut myself. I know that looks little, but it hurts because it's like a paper cut. And there may be a piece of glass in there. It's feeling like it, so I'm going to have to probe later. But I don't want to do it now because I'm too chicken. I just finished these. I have about maybe 30 to 50. I didn't really count, but I'm going to need hundreds of these feathers. But before I cut out more, I'm going to actually spray it with hydrogen peroxide so that this batch starts rusting, aging first. So I'm going to be very generous with this, and I'm going to do it in phases. So this is the first batch. And I'll start rusting first, and then I'm going to leave it in the sun. And then as I continue to do the batches, they will be in different stages of rust, or aging, I should say. This could be very, very generous, very, very generous. Okay. Look how gorgeous they are. So I'm going to leave them right in the sun here, and they're going to sit. I always arrive at this phase in my process where I say to myself, Helie, what did you do? You went too far. You should have left it as is. But I just could not stop touching it. I just kept layering and layering. And now it's too busy. It's too much. I can't stand it. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to just do my favorite thing is just add a bit of white and let's see how it goes. But like I tell my kids, every mistake is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to do something better with your life and your time. I just love doing art. It just gives me time to get out of my head and be in this alternative state. And one where sometimes I feel like I'm in this place of total mental euphoria. I want to thank you for being on this journey with me and watching me paint. All 2 of you out there, thank you for watching. Now I'm going to pour vinegar onto my feathers. I tried hydrogen peroxide to age this for a couple days. It did not work. So now I'm resorting to vinegar. Ooh, I forgot the salt. Okay, I'm back. Now, I was told you were supposed to mix up the solution first. Part water, part salt, part vinegar. But I decided to do something different, try my way first. Because I don't want it to all age exactly the same. I want some feathers to have more aging, some not to have it. It's some on the tips, some on the base. So it'll give it more depth and an interesting texture on the canvas once I place these feathers. So let's see how this goes. No, Mom, I am not cooking. I am really torn as to what to do with this piece. I love it as is. The details and the layering and just the beauty of the painting itself. I've never done a piece where I just did the wings without a book, without anything. But I'm tempted to leave it as is. What do you think? Oh, but I found the perfect book for this piece, and it's even color coordinated, and it's called Badass Affirmations. Isn't that a great title? And what it says here is awesome affirmations for your awesome life. If you affirm yourself every day, you can rule the world. But more importantly, you can live a life filled with love, joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction, thanks to your own positive self-regard. Isn't that great? So how this book is supposed to work is you're just supposed to randomly open up a page and receive the affirmation that you're supposed to receive for that day. Everything happens for a reason, and you chose that affirmation because you needed it at that moment. And I opened it up to, ta-da, Miss Aretha Franklin, and she says here, I'm a big woman, I need big hair. Isn't that great? And then I turned the page, and this affirmation caught my eye as well from Drew Barrymore. We all know who she is, right? And it says here, to dance confident in fringe panties when you're 5'4" with cellulite is a great thing. And the last quote I want to read to you is by Pearl Buck, my favorite all-time author. I have a collection of her books. And she says here, all things are possible until they are proved impossible. And even the impossible may only be so as of now. Okay, come with me. We're going to check on my metal feathers. Oops. I washed the feathers with hot water to get the vinegar off. And now they are getting a little suntan here. These are still soaking in vinegar right here. These are still soaking in vinegar. These two, these are drying right now. Looks pretty good. They're all different grades and shades of rust. And they're looking great. Okay, these are finally dry, and I've been thinking about how I'm going to do this. I'm going to attach the metal feathers first and then weave in the book feathers with the positive bad girl, badass affirmations within the metal feathers. And to hold these feathers in place, I'm going to start off with the quick dry glue, super glue, and then permanently hold them into place with this clear super duper duper glue that I love so much. Both of these I love so much. Okay, now we're going to set the feathers again. I'm going to do the bigger ones on top and move down and do the smaller ones. But I think I should start off with the smaller ones first and layer on top with the larger ones. That actually is a better idea. It's so great that they're all such individual pieces and they've aged differently. So I have to hold this for about 20 seconds because it's not super fast, the super glue. I think it is with other materials, but for this metal, it doesn't hold as quickly. But it's good because it allows me to say my prayer for this piece. I have so many prayers going through my mind, especially with this book about badass affirmations. I'm thinking about self-acceptance, being your glorious, authentic self, and not worrying about all the noise and gossip and bullying and negativity. Block all of that out and just be your authentic, amazing, glorious, self-loving self. Guess where I'm at? Budapest, Hungary! And right across the street from my hotel, can you see that fabulous bridge? I don't know the name yet. We're on the pest side of Budapest. And so come explore with me. We're going to go hunting for all the amazing artwork here. We might find them in hotel rooms. We might find them in cafes. We might find them on a bridge. We don't know, but I'm on the search and hunt for art. That is a castle, at least a part of the castle, and of course we have, oh my gosh, and we have Starbucks. What the heck? This is more like it. Bravo! That felt so good. I just came out of the shower and I'm finally back from my holiday travels. And the holidays haven't really started yet. I went to Budapest with my husband and it was the most beautiful city I've ever visited. In fact, it's on my top 5 list of places to revisit. It's on my bucket list to go back with my entire family. It is so stunning, the architecture, and the people are quite friendly. And the place that we stayed at, Four Seasons, y'all, it was fantastic service, fantastic rooms, and it was like walking into old Budapest, walking into history. So that was an adventure. And when I got home, what was waiting for me was my electrical stapler and this. It's like a casserole of burnt feathers. I had soaked them in vinegar too long and it just became this burnt casserole. But I'm hoping to wash them and salvage them, and it might just surprise me. I finally figured out how to use this. I'm going to show you. Oh, I'm going to unplug it before I show you. This part pops out, and you have to put the staples in here. I was trying to put them in here, but you actually just put them here, and it has to be face up. Ooh, there's a couple straggly pieces, so get rid of those. Okay, and then you just gently pull it back here and close it up. Okay, let's just try it, shall we? Let's see. Let's start off with the bottom piece right here. Oh, it went in. I don't know if you can see. Oh my God, that was great. There. Okay, let's try that again. And the question is, did it go through on the other side? I'm going to turn it off. Always turn it off, right, before you do anything else. I'm going to see if it went through on the other side. I don't think so. No, it didn't. It's perfectly smooth on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing this and come back when I'm done. I took a break, had some coffee and a little bit more coffee, ate my son's leftover breakfast, and came back to this piece because I was trying to figure out how I am going to incorporate the pages of this book and these affirmations into this angel wings. Because I love it as is, but I want to incorporate the power of these positive affirmations. So I'm just going to pull out a random page. Pull it out from the back. Just going to pull out one page here with my new scissors. And because the words go horizontally, I want to make sure that I cut that way so that you can read it. Because if I cut this way, the long way, you won't be able to read the quotes. So, how am I going to do this? page I picked out is Rosa Parks, y'all. I think I need long, thin feathers. This is all just testing out. How does this work? Maybe in the crevices? I don't want to cover up the beauty of the wings and the colors underneath. So I'm just going to place them strategically and yet organically onto the canvas in between the metal feathers to highlight and not take away. That is a lot to ask, but I think I can do it. So stay tuned and let's see how this goes. I just want to take a pause here because I stumbled upon one of my favorite sheroes, Oprah Winfrey, and her quote here says, "Devote today to something so daring even you can't believe you're doing it." She is one of my sheroes. I was actually on her show with my parents many years ago to talk about my books and rescuing my uncle from North Korea. Yes, that is true. And I had a chance to meet Oprah, and it was one of the highlights of my career. Not my life, but my career. So I'm going to use her quote and place it on here. But I know what prayer I'm going to be saying. I was thinking about these affirmations that give you confidence and power and courage to pursue whatever you want, to become your authentic self, to be, to thrive, to say, hey, I am here. And so the quote that I am going to use is probably within this book, but said in many different ways, but it's the quote from Ted Lasso, that show yesterday, where impossible actually means I'm possible. So as I was laying down each feather, that prayer just kept coming back to me every time as I placed a feather onto the canvas. So that is my prayer for this piece. Impossible just means I'm possible, that you're possible, that we are possible. I have been a very busy bee. I took this copper wire mesh and I first dunked it in salt and vinegar to give it an aged patina look. I think that's what it's called when it turns green. And then I buried it in the ground because that's what they told me to, but I could be totally wrong and misread the directions because sometimes I jump the gun and do my own thing, but it's all a learning process. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. Look at that. Oh, there's a chicken feather right there. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So excited. Yeah, I'm just gonna wash it off a little bit and see what happens. I hope this does not ruin my sink. Clean it up a little bit. Oh, maybe I should not have done that because no, my patina is gone. That was not smart. Okay. Back to the drawing board. More salt and vinegar, please. Ugh.
But a lot better.
It's a lot better. But there's a guy that I know who permanently got a life like this, and he has to prepare himself each time he talks. And I always felt so bad for that guy. And I just sit there to myself, I'm this guy now. Oh my God, it was horrible. I've never experienced anything like this before. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I think I did my last.
Let us try this again and see how it all turned out. Keeping my fingers crossed. The lesson learned here, ladies and gentlemen, is to not wash the patina off your copper that you were trying to patina. You should just leave as is. So let's take a look. And I think I was able to salvage it. Look. You have this wonderful greenish blue here, and you have some subtle shades of yellow, and then you have the dark brown, and you still can see bits of the copper here. When you don't succeed the first time, try again. So I was thinking, and that's just thinking, but I was thinking, maybe I should just cut pieces and apply them to my feather. How's this gonna work out? And what's interesting about this mesh, it's like a sleeve. You just literally just put your hand in there. How am I gonna do this? Maybe I cut it this way instead of cutting it this way, to cut it this way. This is not working well. Luckily, I bought this. Let's try. Oh, much better. But what is happening is little pieces of wire are falling to the ground, and I do not want to step on that, so I'm going to do it this way, over the trash can. My fingers are still stinging from the salt that I used for this. Let's see. So this part is still together right here. And then we have this. And if I push it together, so it's still connected in the middle right there. And then if I push it together, we get this. And I just put it here. That adds another layer. But the question is, do I need to double up on this? Maybe I don't. Thank you for watching. I hope all these affirmations fill your heart, your life, your family, your friends, and that you're able to take it into the world and make a positive change.